Today I'm just going to do a little patch up on a porch. I'm going to show you how I did it. Well, today is patch up day. And this lady called me up and said the porch is caving in. Well, the truth is the porch ain't caving in. It's just a hole there. Everything looks pretty solid here. Let me get on this side. See, it's pretty solid here. Porch ain't caving in. There's a little crack, but there's no settlement. So the only thing I can do is patch it up. One thing I want you to know is all this metal and concrete don't mix. This metal, how it all rots away. There's a good example of it. We go over here, the metal's expanding, and the porch is starting to fall apart. Another example, and another example. So the first thing I want to do is reach in here and see what it feels like. It's solid down there. I don't see no copperneck rattlesnake, so I'm just going to fill it into this level. So for just a little bit of the bottom part, I'm going to get a little bit of this stuff, mix that up. And because it's only like 35 degrees out here, I got me some hot water. I'm going to mix it up. Something like that. And then I'm going to throw it down in that hole. Just like that. An old brick down there maybe. See what fits down there. Just like that. Got that filled in there pretty good. Now, I cleaned it up. I get me a little piece of old paper, shove it right in there, just like that. Why is that, Mike? Because I don't want this touching this. That's what's going to cause it to crack again. I can't do anything about the metal. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put another piece here, which I'm going to pull out later. Now, I'm going to get the rapid set mortar mix. I'm only going to mix what I'm going to use for a little while, because I got to form it. And I'm going to put the hot water in here. Like I said, this stuff you only mix what you absolutely need. No more than that. Just like that. And remember what I told you. In case like this, you gotta wet it first. If you want it to stick, you gotta wet it. Get your hand and you throw it in there like that. I want to make sure that that's going where I want it to go. And it's going to stick just like that. Use your hand if you want. Don't hurt nothing. Guitar players use their hands. Musicians use their hands. Everybody use your hands. Now, got it in there. Go and stay there. I'm gonna let it set for a while. In the meantime, I got a little bit that goes under here. Now it's starting to harden up pretty good. See that? So we're gonna kind of form it a little bit. Take this up here, like an artist. If you notice, just filming it, just getting it all ready here. Not gonna make no big deal out of it, just do it. That's it. Okay, we're gonna, got that pretty much to where I want it. So I'm just gonna let it sit a little while longer and then straighten it all out. Geez, I don't think it's 20 minutes later, but we're going to do a little sculpting here, like that. Get our sponge, just like that. Get the sponge. I got these from someone's throwing out an old couch or something. I use that. Get underneath. That's not too bad. I could live with that. Then I pull this out. And this is kind of, so I rip this away like that. Comes out of there pretty good. Okay, get my sponge, clean it up a little bit. Like that. Then we do the old mud trick. Get some mud and I paint over this. That's going to stain that so that it matches the rest of the concrete, if that makes sense. That's going to dry and match the rest of the concrete. Just so you know. The more mud before it dries, the better. Well, that's about it for now. I'll come back and check it later, see if it kind of blended in. So we're back here a couple days later and it looks good. I'm going to talk about that patch-up job for a while. And you see me put paper in there and you wanted to know, Mike, why did you do that? Because when you built those porches, you lay your block like this. This is your block. And then they put a piece of black paper over it. And then you pour your concrete. Now why do you do that? Because the concrete on top expands and contracts, and if it's laying on the block, it's going to crack below the block. So anytime up here in the Northeast, we always pour concrete on top of something. So I wanted to make sure that was separated. So if it wasn't separated, it would have been welded to the block underneath, and it would have got a crack off again. If you want to see when I actually built a porch like that, it's how I build a concrete porch with deck pans, and the other one was how I build a stone porch. And I'll give you ideas how you build a porch. But you're going to ask me, Mike, what made that porch crack? Anytime you use metal and concrete, it rots away. And here's a perfect example if you see it. I pulled this out of a footer. All the concrete just fell apart from it. It was poured in 1972. And here's another example where you can see where it starts rotting and it expands. Now, back in the day, they used to just drill the holes and put the metal in, and they still do that today. Sometimes you don't have a choice, you have to do it. But for the most part, that's what always makes concrete break apart in our area. Rebar is a great thing for 25, 35 years. Then around here, it starts rotting and falling apart. Here's a picture of one of the bridges in our area. It's a perfect example, and I'm going to do a video about it down the road. Sponges, I always get my sponges from old car seats or old couch seats. They make the best sponge in the world. Just rip a part off and you're done. The mud trick, that's why I've been showing a lot of videos using the mud. Is you just get the mud and from around the side some dirt, mix it with water and paint it. It makes it look dirty and it don't show that brightness. I did that on how I repair concretes, part 7 of 7. You'll get a good idea how to do that. Anytime you're going to work with that kind of, make a patch of something, mix a little bit on the side and go over and practice with it. See how fast it works. Get a couple bricks, patch them up and everything. Then go fix the main part when you're comfortable. Just don't go try to fix it. That's where a lot of people screw up. Using your hand, sometimes that's the best way to get in there. You're going to ask me, why did you use 2 different cements? Well, that's what I had in stock in the garage. And for filling jobs, I like to use the Quikrete concrete fast drying. And when I do patches or windows or something, I like to use the rapid set. So I hope you get something out of these videos. I got t-shirts made. Mike Haduck Masonry YouTube channel. If you like my channel, check it out below near the description box. I'm Mike Haduck, and that's it. Hope to see you with another video next time.